first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. But here's a real rule that no one talks about. Most people aren't living as who they are. They're living as who they had to be. Fight Club isn't just a movie about underground fighting. It's about masks. It's about survival identities. It's about the dangerous gap between the life you built to cope and the life you actually want. The Jack, or narrator, he's trapped in that gap. By day he's at office drone, at night he's buying IKEA furniture he doesn't even care about. He's exhausted, numb, sleepless, but on the outside it looks like he's got it all together. And then Tyler shows up. Tyler is everything Jack thinks he wants to be. Fearless, wild, free. But Tyler isn't real, he's just another mask. And that's the same trap most of us are in. We've built identities to survive, to succeed, to belong. But deep down, we know we're not who we are. This video is about that war. Who you are versus who you had to be. And by the end, you'll know how to stop performing, drop the mask, and finally reclaim your truth. On the outside, Jack had the perfect life. A good job, a nice flat, a catalogue of IKEA furniture that he could recite by heart. But perfection is a prison. His foundation was hollow. He wasn't living, he was consuming. So let me ask you, how much of your life is built on who you really are? And how much is built on who you thought you had to be? Jack's life looked stable, but inside he was cracking. Insomnia, numbness, and emptiness. And isn't that the story so many people live? You try to do everything right. You study, you get the job, you buy the car, the house, the stuff, you perform the role, and yet you feel dead inside. That's the cost of living so you had to be. The world applauds you, but you can't even breathe inside your own life. Think about it. How much of what you've built was chosen by you? And how much was chosen by fear, expectation, or survival? A strong foundation isn't built on roles, it's built on truth. Write down 3 roles you've been performing: the achiever, the joker, the strong one, the good son, the good daughter, whatever it may be. Now ask, if I dropped one of these roles tomorrow, what part of me would finally come alive? And Jack's entire perfect apartment went up in flames, literally. But that fire gave him his first chance to start over. And sometimes losing the false foundation is the only way to build something real. Tyler Durden wasn't real. He was everything Jack wanted to be: bold, reckless, and free. But here's the twist. Tyler wasn't truth, he was just another. How many Tylers have you built in your own life? Versions of yourself that look free, but are just another cage. When survival identities stop working, we don't always break free. We often just swap one mask for another. The people pleaser becomes a rebel. The perfectionist becomes the I don't care dropout. The overachiever becomes the burnout. Different mask, same prison. Tyler felt like freedom for Jack, but he wasn't. It was fantasy, and fantasy always ends in collapse. That's what happens when you try to escape one fake identity by building another. You're still hiding, you're just hiding in a different costume. Freedom isn't about creating a better mask, it's about having the courage to take them all off. Take the inventory of the characters you've built, the online version, the work version, the family version. Ask, which one feels most like me, and which one is just a role I'm playing? Tyler Durden wasn't liberation, he was just another layer of illusion. And if you want to be free, you can't keep trading masks. You have to choose the truth. Fight Club wasn't about fighting others, it was about fighting yourself. Every punch Jack threw was an attempt to burn away the shame of being invisible, powerless, trapped. What shame are you still punching yourself with today? Shame is the demon most of us carry. It whispers, you're not enough, you're weak, you'll never measure up. And just like Jack, we fight it in secret. Through overwork, through substances, through staying silent while our insides are screaming. But here's the truth. Shame isn't destroyed by punching harder, it's destroyed by refusing to hide. Jack went to support groups because it was the only place he could cry, where he didn't have to wear the mask. That's the paradox. The moment he admitted weakness, he felt strong again. Shame thrives in silence, it dies in truth. Write down one thing you've never admitted to anyone. Don't post it, don't share it, just sit with it. Tell the truth to yourself first, because the second you face it without hiding, shame loses its grip. Fight Club showed us the real enemy isn't outside, it's the shame inside. And the only way out isn't through violence, it's through truth. One of the most famous lines of Fight Club is this: "It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything." Fear kept Jack trapped. Fear of losing his job, his apartment, his image. But once he lost it all, he realised fear had been lying to him the whole time. So here's the question: how many fears are still lying to you, keeping you trapped in a life that isn't even yours? Fear doesn't whisper, it shouts. Don't quit, don't tell the truth, don't risk it, it's too dangerous. But here's the secret: most of what fear warns you about isn't real danger, it's just discomfort. And discomfort isn't death, it's the birthplace of freedom. Fear isn't a stop sign, it's a signal. Choose one small fear this week, make the call, speak the truth, take the step, prove to yourself that fear's power is in action. And the moment you move, it breaks. Jack only found freedom when he stopped obeying fear. And the same is true for you. The freedom doesn't live on the safe side of fear, it lives on the other side of it. Quick pause. If this is hitting home, hit like and subscribe. It tells YouTube to share this with more people who need it, and it means that you won't miss the next one. And trust me, the next shifts we're about to cover will change the way you see yourself forever. Jack's perfect life was killing him. The job, apartment, the polite smile. It wasn't him, it was the person he thought he had to be. So here's the question: are you living as who you are, or as who you had to be just to survive? We've all built survival identities: the achiever, the people pleaser, the strong one. They worked, they kept us safe. But here's the problem: what once kept you safe now keeps you stuck. Jack's mask of being fine was suffocating. Your mask might be suffocating you too. Authenticity doesn't mean chaos, it means congruence. So choose one area of your life where you're performing: work, family, online. Take one step this week that's raw and real. Post without editing. Admit you're struggling. Speak your actual opinion. Jack couldn't breathe until he faced who he really was. And neither can you. Freedom starts with truth. At the end of Fight Club, Jack realises something terrifying. Spoiler: Tyler isn't real. He created Tyler to feel powerful, but in the process he lost control of himself. How much of your power have you given away to the roles that you created? Roles that now control you. Tyler felt like power, but it was fake power, borrowed strength. That's what happens when you let masks run your life. At first you feel in control, but over time you realise the mask is controlling you. The power doesn't come from pretending, it comes from ownership. Power isn't found in fantasy, it's found in ownership. Take responsibility today for one thing you've been blaming on others. Stop pointing fingers, start reclaiming your agency. Jack reclaimed his power when he faced the truth. Tyler was him. And you'll reclaim yours when you stop letting your roles dictate your life. The final scene of Fight Club isn't just destruction, it's rebirth. Jack finally accepts himself, every part of himself. And only then can you imagine a real future. So what would your life look like if you stopped living as who you had to be, started living as who you really are? You can't build a future on lies. Not in masks, not in roles, not in survival identities. If you want a life that feels whole, you have to build it from truth. Jack's skyline collapsed. His old life ended, and that ending was the beginning of something real. Your future self isn't waiting for you to be perfect. They're waiting for you to be whole. Write down one vision for your future, then ask, does the real me want this? Or is this just another should? Jack's freedom began when he accepted himself. Yours will too. The future you're chasing can only be built by the real you. The truth is, you don't need to start a Fight Club to know what it feels like to live a double life. We've all been there. Performing, hiding, surviving as someone we had to be, while who we really are gets buried. But Fight Club teaches us this: the roles you've built to survive are now the very things keeping you stuck. And freedom isn't found in another mask. It's found in authenticity. That's exactly why I created the Clan Training Grounds. It's my free Facebook community with monthly masterclasses and weekly conversations. A place where you can drop the mask, bring the real you, and start building a life you actually want to live. So check the description, join us, and take the first step into your truth. Because the world doesn't need who you had to be, it needs who you really are.